And welcome back to Let's Play Okami. Last time we entered Wawku Shrine, got shot by cannons a lot, and this time we're kind of starting out the same way. Well, the reason is because off screen I actually looked it up and figured out how to fight these guys. In addition, I also had to save, so I had to leave the dungeon to actually save. But this is actually totally worth it because in this chest you get a stray bead. And if you couldn't tell, this part and the next part actually won't be blind entirely because this is actually a redo because the previous parts just did not go well for various reasons. So I decided to just redo them. Just kind of not feeling at 100% for the previous ones, I guess. I really didn't accomplish much in the dungeon. I got like one important, like plot important item, and that was it. Like nothing else happened, so you're not really missing out too much. Just lots of getting stuck. So last time, oh, I just noticed the ice cracks. Huh. Well, anyway, off screen I also figured out what to do here. As I was going up the waterfall spot, or water spout spot, which is not easy to say, I noticed that cat climb section, or catwalk section. This part sucks because we got a million bazillion cannons aimed that direction. So what we need to do is actually use our time-stopping powers to the best of our ability to make it so that we can get across here. We only have to do this twice and then we reach the top. And here's my favorite dumb mechanic in this entire place. The switch, it stops all the platforms so you can get back really easily. And it also blows up all the cannons, which to me is really dumb. I don't know why it's like that because quite honestly, why would you put in a switch that blow up your defense mechanism? Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, here's a door, and here's gears. Not of war. You also want to use it in midair because you have just not enough time. I discovered repeatedly. So yeah, a lot of that fail take was actually just spent getting this treasure. So stuff like that. This is why I decided to re-record. Anyway, got another treasure out here. If the fire will work. And this is also just treasure. You don't really need money at this point, yet we keep getting a ton of money, which is always a conundrum. So dig up this, and we get one of these little clover things. And as a result, we actually have enough to get the third astral pouch, which, based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like there are gonna be 4, just based on how much space there is on the menu. Stop, Ami. See those glowing red beasts? Those are flame spiders. They resemble a blocking spider, a platform spider, but as you can see, they'll burn you real good if you touch them. Just play it safe, okay? You might get hurt if you try to hitch a ride like you usually do. Can I just say how dumb this is? Because we have an item that lets us actually walk through lava, and yet we can't touch these spiders. Yeah, I don't quite understand how this works. Anyway, new enemy type. I assume this is familiar looking. It's kind of like the blue variant, except it isn't smoking. Which actually creates a problem of, I don't know how to fight this. Even though this is actually a second take, I don't know how to fight this thing. It does the same thing of like, getting mad at you, and sort of switching to an angry, oh hi, Mr. Purple, thing. I'm just gonna take the hit here, just to speed up the process. Because, from what I can tell, when he does the attack a couple times, he switches back to his normal form. It is really easy to take out from there. Off screen, I'll probably look up how to fight those guys, like how you're supposed to fight them. I don't honestly know how to fight them. Didn't really look that far ahead. Over here, we have a weird looking device. It's actually a phonograph, but it is shooting out a blizzard. Ami, look, check out this big contraption. It's got a nasty blizzard blowing right out of it. Can you believe these no good demons? They're trying to turn Kamui into a giant ice cube with this thing. We gotta stop it now, Ami. Your techniques should be up to the task. I mean, this contraption doesn't look all that complicated. Yeah, except it kind of is. You see those eyes? This took me a long time to figure out. You have to actually stop them in specific places. It's sort of like a combination lock. What's the combination, you might ask? Does that look familiar by any chance? Huh? Hey Ami, check out this huge pattern carved on the floor. If we take care of these, and also, frankly, if we can take out the tree, that would help immensely. Ow. Bad timing. That and swirl. I said and swirl. Okay. Getting really windy, but not saving the trees. There we go. But yeah, we got this one pointing up. This one is pointing right, this one's pointing left. That's our hint. Okie dokie. So, most likely, the first wheel you can actually kind of do on your own. Wait, where's the thing? Oh yeah, duh. We also have to melt off this lever. I actually didn't realize that on my first run. These other two gears spin pretty fast, so try to eyeball it, no pun intended, and then slow down time, and then freeze it. Because you can't see the eye spinning on its own, so just try to, like, I don't know. You can also just use beads of pause buffer, like this. Sorry for anyone with epilepsy, but you can also just use pause buffering rather than, you know, actually slowing down time. I think pause buffering might be more efficient, actually. And the blizzard has stopped. Look, I think it's here. That 13th and final brush technique you lost. We finally found it. So we got 5 points to dot in. Roughly. If that hadn't worked, I would have been kind of mad. But yeah, see those, that doesn't even look like it's on the point. Anyway, last spell. Or technique, actually. It's not technically called a spell, it's a technique. The old dialogue we've seen over 13 times now. In your absence, I took shelter here only to become trapped. Beings of evil defile the world with impurity and darkness. Like a mighty snow flurry, I, Itagami, god of ice, have returned. I grant you the ability to freeze your foes to absolute zero. I am the last of the 13 gods you sought. You now possess the power to put an end to the evil forever. The 13th and final brush god is Itagami, the god of ice. You know what this means, Ami? You've now recovered all the brush techniques you lost. Huh? Well, check out Itagami, Ami. You obtained Divine Instrument Solar Flare. That's the last reflector in the game. I guess that's it. We found the long-awaited 13th and final technique. Itagami's Blizzard power can freeze any monster to the bone, fitting power to top off the rest like icing on the cake. Check out that flame spider over there. Make a perfect first victim, and this is a typo. Place your brush on a massive ice harness's power and then draw lines to the flame spider. Speeding through the dialogue so we can actually get it first try. That no good flame spider's frozen solids. So that's the power of Blizzard, the final brush technique. At last, I've seen all 13 of your techniques. The 13 celestial brush techniques, the power of the gods. Well, the celebrations are just gonna have to wait. The first order of business is getting out of here alive. I mean, what use will all the techniques be if I'm dead? Now don't go doing anything stupid on me. And stupid and getting us killed on me. So these guys can now be used as platforms, like any other platform spider. So what we want to do now is freeze this guy kind of mid-air and then freeze this guy here. Reason being is we can use the one to get to this one and that upper one to get to the second stray bead of this dungeon. Yeah, that's what it's called, a dungeon. Skipped over that guy, let's see if we can dodge him twice. We actually made it. What? I never noticed that over there. Like on my previous playthrough, I didn't notice that over there. Huh. That's obviously important, but I don't know how. Anyway, back in the... Oh, yeah, gears first. I almost said back in the main room. Forgot that there were other obstacles before then. Back in the main room, we get a forced encounter. And to be honest, this feels completely arbitrary, because by this point... Oh yeah, Whoa, okie dokie. I haven't used a reflector in a long time. That does a lot of damage. And you know what? Sure, why not? Is this it? Powered up solar flare. Just for the heck of it. Heck, let's level up the Thunder Edge too. That just cut through that guy. I mean, I'm not really partial to the reflectors because they're kind of slow. But holy cow, that's actually pretty powerful. Gotta keep that in mind. And also, I think I will probably end up using it more as a sub, as much of an insult as that sounds. Just because from what I understand, is the thing we just got is like really effective in terms of counterattacks. So yeah. And Prince of Persia style arbitrary scenes showing what the level looks like. I honestly am not really crazy about that in Prince of Persia. A lot of the Prince of Persia games do that from what I've played. I'm not a fan because it's like, let me discover the level on my own, please. That's... oh, oops. But I hit switch, so that means our trip back up is a lot easier. Off screen in my failed recording, I actually messed up this jump a few times because it's a little finicky. Because you're jumping at an angle, but you're also having to avoid hitting your head on the ceiling, and also having to avoid overshooting the platform after you jump. So this is actually a really not fun jump to make. At least that's what I found. There we go, second try, not bad. And that's the third stray bead of this shrine, and to my knowledge is also the last stray bead, chronologically speaking, in the game according to the chart. I say according to the chart because it's actually not the last stray bead. Chronologically, in terms of actually completing the game, you actually do have to get a bunch of other ones later. As odd as it's and backwards as it sounds. Got another spider there. Actually freeze him now. That'll save us trouble later. Got him. Okay. So scale this. Another one should come down. Oh wait, up here. Hi. Bye. So up here is where I actually got stuck. So in one episode I did what I accomplished in 2 episodes previously, so that's pretty good. No wait, next room. Next room after this. So yeah, I'll have caught up entirely. Also, if you want to do this a lot, do not chance it. Just kinda make sure that you are not gonna accidentally bite the dust, because you just don't have enough time slowed down. This is a map of the shrine, which doesn't really help us a whole lot. Also, if you don't have Inferno, it's kind of a long reach getting that door, but you can actually make that. A little bit weird that you can actually succeed there. No. I did the exact same thing previously, where I was like, can I make it? No. I don't know how I survived that. Not gonna lie. I mean, I could be like, oh hey, that was all skill, but no, that was not skill. That was pure luck. This is, I think, one of those warrior things. Yeah. So I looked up off screen and couldn't actually find an efficient way to defeat them. Apparently the strategy is just attack them a lot. It didn't seem to say anything else other than just, you know, attack them a lot. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna attack him a lot. He's honestly slow, so he's no problem. And also, apparently he actually comes with like 3 demon fangs. So if you use the C button move, you actually get a lot of straight beats from that. Well, not straight beats, demon fangs. Here, I know we're gonna let Isun explain it. Whoa. Why do you always have to be so reckless? I mean, open your eyes for all this big hole here. You better be more careful. I'm too young and handsome to die. Huh? Hey, look, this pit's got all that sparkly stuff in there. So yeah, actually, because literally the first time I played this was not that long ago, I am misremembering a lot. It's actually the room after next that is where I kind of got stuck, and then decided to redo a bunch of stuff because it was just not working out very well. Got a dig spot here, which is actually really conspicuous. It's very rare that you actually get a dig spot this out in the open. But there you have it. I dashed into ice by accident. Which also brings up the good point that if you have the ice spell, you're actually not immune to ice. Ice will still hurt you, so be careful about that. To be honest, that's, again, another weird thing about this game. It's like, oh, well, you have an ice power, but ice still hurts you. Not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, it was after these trees that I got stuck. Now, off-screen I did some research and found out about a secret brush technique that the game apparently doesn't tell you about, because it's actually gotten in the background of getting Blizzard. There's actually another move you apparently get, and my guess is that it's needed in this room. It's apparently like you draw an X and then draw a slash through it, and then you get like an ice power variant. But this, like, sort of like the snowflake on the door, I guess. But this doesn't seem to be working. That's how it looks like on the picture on the wiki. And if this doesn't work, then I'm stuck. So, and I can't break these, can't jump through these, can't push them, can't examine them even. Yeah. Also, there's a lot of stuff that we can use to freeze stuff, but I don't really see a lot to freeze. And sorry, tree. Totally took that out by accident. And I ran into ice by accident. Yeah, this is as far as I got. So, in 2 episodes, I actually got as far as I did in 1. So that's pretty good. My thoughts are maybe I'm like doing something out of order, like I have to go back and check something else out, or that there's just something else in this room that I can actually do that isn't readily apparent. Either way, I think we've done a lot in this episode, so thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Okami.